Well, hey everybody, I am here with Aubrey. How you doing, Aubrey?
Doing great.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come and talk to you about fitness and health.
Absolutely.
All right, so the first question that I want to ask you, just to get us rolling, is what's your official title? And if you have a specialty or something that you really lean to, what would that be?
I'm a personal trainer. I'm a group fitness instructor.
Okay.
And I would honestly say, I truthfully enjoy training kids, adults, anyone with special needs, special populations.
Yeah.
I really love it all, to be honest.
Awesome. Well, that's good because you do it. So this is one of the questions I always love asking people in whatever field they're in, and it is the why question. To me, that's kind of the biggest question. So why do you do what you do? Just talk about that for a few minutes.
Honestly, when it started, it was one thing, and it has evolved and grown into something so much bigger than that. Initially, it started because I was in my early 20s. I didn't go to college initially, was trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And my older sister said to me, well, there's two things about you. Number one, you've always had faith. And she said, and number two, you've always been into fitness. And so she said, I can't see you as a nun, because at the time we were Catholic. She said, I can't see you as a nun. I think you should probably go into physical fitness.
So Sister Aubrey didn't sound good for you?
No, I knew that someday I was going to have kids, so I figured that pretty much just kind of eliminated that situation.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to a community college, and realistically, that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then I started working in the Human Performance Center.
Excellent.
And through my life, I've become a health and physical education teacher. I taught high school, I taught middle school.
Wow, okay.
I've coached.
Yeah.
I've worked with children who have spina bifida and camps. I've done all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it came down to having children and trying to figure out how to make all of that work, because I still wanted to be there with my kids. And that's when I started doing this full time. And that was 14 years ago.
So 14 years you've been doing it?
Well, here, 22 years total, but 14 here.
14 here. So what was it about fitness that intrigued you? So you said you've always been into fitness to some degree. What is it about fitness that you just enjoy?
I love the release in terms of just going out and exercising, and whatever it is that you're carrying, you're able to let it go.
Yeah,
I really, really appreciate that. I've always been a little more tightly wound, and I found that was the best way for me to alleviate whatever it is that I was dealing with. And I've also found too, with working with people, everybody's got issues. Everybody's got a limitation. Everybody's got something, but there's always something for everyone to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that about it.
Yeah. So when it comes to fitness, health is obviously a big part of that. Nutritional
Absolutely.
health. So there's people that watch this that are either really into health and fitness already, or people who aren't doing anything, right? And everything in between. So can you speak to the nutrition piece for a moment of how big does that play, and what are some things just naturally that you would let people know? Here's some good advice when it comes to the nutrition part of it.
Definitely. So number one, you cannot outrun a bad diet. I would love to say you could get on the treadmill and run for 5 hours to make up for what you ate last night at 10 o'clock, but I promise you.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
That's really good. Say that line again.
You can't outrun a bad diet.
There you go. That's awesome. I love that statement.
Thank you. I would also say too, initially, anything in your pantry, you really shouldn't be eating. The majority of what you're eating should be outside and refrigerated. If it goes bad, it's good for you.
Oh, okay. If it
doesn't go bad, it's not good for you. It's not clean. In essence, whatever it is that they're putting inside those products to keep them, their shelf life for 6 months, think about what that's doing to your body. Those are all chemicals. Yeah. So if it goes bad, it's good for you.
Yeah, that's really good. And then let's talk about water, because that's always that seems to be always the big thing that people are talking about and saying. So how much is water play into that?
Water is huge. So. A big portion of your body is water.
Right.
And unfortunately, if you don't drink the right amount of water, your body system can't work appropriately. Can't burn the calories that you want it to burn. It just does not work efficiently. Yeah. It's realistically like trying to drive a car with no gasoline in it.
Sure. Is there a certain rule of thumb when it comes to water? Because once again, I hear and see things that are all over the map. So what is your professional opinion on the percentage or of water that we should be taking?
So the majority of the research that I've read and I share with my clients is half your body weight in ounces is what you should initially, just for sustaining life. That's not on top of how much exercising you're doing. If you're somebody who's a profuse sweater, when you exercise, you obviously are going to need more water than somebody who doesn't. So I would say half your body weight in ounces.
Good. So how much, to shift gears just a little bit, how much does nutrition and fitness play on somebody's mind and emotions and just the way they overall feel? Now I know I'm not talking physically, just emotionally, spiritually, mentally.
For sure.
What have you seen happen in somebody like that has started off as, out of shape and not motivated, and what do you recognize about their whole persona at that point versus once they get into fitness and how it changes?
It's huge. And I really do believe that part of the reason why I have as many clients as I currently have, it's not just because I provide a good workout. They could get that off the internet for free. I mean, it's everywhere. Every magazine, there are workouts everywhere. But it is way more the whole picture. And I do feel that I help people get stronger physically, mentally, and spiritually. And in the process of the people that come to me, I've often felt like they were sent to me from God, because many of them were not in a good place. They needed major behavior modifications, and usually those modifications came from however they felt about themselves on the inside. So many of them had massive issues, and they were either using food or lack of exercise or hiding or whatever it was to not deal and not to cope. And you can see changes in people who come off massive amounts of medication. Which is huge. I mean, not just medication, for their organs, but also just for mood. So as a whole, it changes your whole entire mindset, which again is your perspective on life.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people, in fact, a lot of people maybe watch this right now, they get stuck in that vicious circle where they don't feel good about themselves, so they don't want to go to the workout, and they don't want to go to the gym, and they don't want to eat good, but then because they don't go work out and they don't eat good, they don't feel good. And it's just this constant thing. So speak about, how do you break that? How does that get broke in somebody too? Because somebody's got to break the cycle. And it's either a wake-up call because they have a real bad health scare, or something else happens. So what have you seen as a kind of that wake-up call?
There's often, and I am full of hope, and I have some clients, or I've had some clients in the past where they would get on the wagon, come off the wagon, get on the wagon, come off the wagon. I mean, and even while I'm training them, they're coming off and on the wagon. And every morning I wake up, I believe in my heart that this could be the day that changes everything.
Yeah, that's good.
And I often tell them that yes, if you can detach from your shame, because again, many of them, that's what's keeping that circle going, is the element of shame. And so I often will say to them, you got to let that shame go, because the shame is not driving you. Negativity does not drive you. Positive drives you. Negativity weighs you down. And I've had many people come and sit in the chair and cry and tell me that it's time, they're ready for medical reasons, or just because they can't live anymore the way they are. And I can see a glimmer of hope.
That's
and
great.
all you need is a little bit of hope, and one person that believes in you, and you're unstoppable.
So let's talk about excuses. Now, as a trainer, I'm sure you've probably heard every excuse that there is.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite excuses that you hear that you're just like, oh, okay, come on? Or the more common ones?
More common ones are, the most common one is my kid is sick. And I've heard that, but I've also been that mom that I have run up and down my driveway multiple times, getting the mail, running back to the front, back down, back up. So kid's sick, sure, you hear that, but there's always something you can do. If you were training with me and you tell me that your kid's sick, guess what? I will send you a workout to do at home while your kid is napping. That can be broken up throughout the naps. I don't have time. And I will also say this.
Probably the biggest one.
It is the biggest one. And many of us work. Many of us have children in multiple sports. We're responsible for many things in life. But if there's a will, there's a way. And if it's important to you, you will make time for it. And you can't enjoy this life, you can't be a messenger in this life if you don't take care of the vessel that carries you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the workout routines. So what is some of your favorite workouts to either do personally, or what are some of the favorite ones that you like to put people through?
So I do really enjoy writing workouts for people because I don't believe in repeating the same workout, and I don't believe of the workout of the day. Like if I had 5 clients today, you're all doing the same workout.
Sure, because everybody's different.
Right, exactly. I truthfully enjoy writing workouts for people that I know that they will think they can't do, and watching them complete it. And whether or not they ever say anything to anyone about it, I got that moment in my heart of watching them do something that they never thought they could ever do.
Is there a certain exercise that you just really enjoy? Like a particular workout? Or
I teach cardio kickboxing here at Granite Falls on Mondays and Fridays at 9:30. It's a class I made up over 20 some years ago.
Really?
Yes, it's fun because it's not traditional. Nothing about it is you burn as many calories as you would if you were running on the treadmill, which I appreciate, but you're moving all over the place. And it's fun. Because of this club, they've turned it into a specific way where they like it, the lights dim, so it almost feels like you're at a dance party. As crazy as that sounds. More of a sporty spice dance party though, not so much of like Zumba. I'm not really talented there. But it's a lot of fun, and it gives you an opportunity to just
that's really fun.
Let it go.
That's excellent. Okay, so final question, we'll start wrapping up. Somebody's watching right now and they're going, okay, I need to start. What would you tell them? If you had somebody's in their living room, wherever they are right now, they're watching this, they're going, man, I've been thinking I need to start. Aubrey said some good stuff. I need to start, which I'm sure everybody has said to themselves, like Monday's coming. I'll start Monday. Monday.
I should have added that one on the list.
So what would your recommendation be? What would your advice be to somebody who's just thinking about it and feeling that they need to start?
I first would say pray about it because you're going to need strength. It's going to be hard, especially if you're eating a lot of food right now that your body really should not be eating. You're going to go through some rough times getting off of it. But honestly, I would tell you just to get up and move. It starts and ends with you. If you get up and you move, you're going to start feeling better. And the better you feel, the more positive you're going to be, the more you're going to want to do more. I'm also going to say this, don't go big and then go home for a month. Don't work out as hard as you possibly can the first week and then never work out again for the next 35 days or 40 days or whatever.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good advice. I think some people, they just dive in and they grab a hold of something that everybody's doing or the latest fad, and they just kind of jump in, and then either they don't enjoy it or they're really sore, and then they just kind of give up.
They do. I would start with at least 3 days a week of 30-minute cardiovascular exercise. Make sure that you stretch. Walking. You don't need equipment. It could be walking. I also would find a buddy or a partner. Somebody who's going to take this journey with you, because your success rate is much higher. Again, if just one person believes in you, that you feel that they're with you in this process, it'll make you a lot more successful.
So accountability is really big in that.
Huge.
Excellent. Well, Aubrey, thank you so much for your time. It was awesome. Listen, if you want to get a hold of Aubrey, we'll put all her information in the links below so people can reach out and get a hold of you. But thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for the way you help people, and I do appreciate just your heart behind it.
Oh, thank you.
I love the genuine, it's just about helping people.
Absolutely.
And that comes through, and so if you're out there and you need somebody like Aubrey, get a hold of her, and thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.